Well, I went to the 2024 National N-Scale Convention in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. The overview video you'll see behind me here is from that show. You can find this video as well as a cool little time lapse I did on the channel probably before this video came out. It was a good time. I always enjoy these. This was my fourth one. I've been to this one, obviously, in Bethlehem/Allentown, Pennsylvania, which is just about 2 hours north of Philadelphia, if you didn't know where that was on a map. Last year was in Reno. I went there. Year before that was in Memphis. I went there. And then way on back in 2017, I went to this in Pittsburgh, which to me is the gold standard still right now. I mean, the layouts there were fantastic, incredibly detailed. I had a fantastic time. Good deals to be had. Like I said, it was the first one I did, but it was also the best one, I think, so far. This one was okay. The layouts were nice, but nothing like blew me away like in Pittsburgh or some other modular sections in years past. But it was a good time. I enjoyed it. It felt full. There was a lot to see, and there was a lot to purchase too. So here was the haul, which is a lot bigger than in years past. The last couple of years, I've only gotten a couple things, but there were deals to be had all over the place. So I'll kind of walk through what all I got, starting with whatever the heck this guy is. I like new, unique, and different. Obviously, this is older. I never even taken this out of the box to see what this is. It says made in Western Germany, so you know it's old. On the bottom there. Arnold Rapido, or as I like to call him, Rapido, because it just sounds better that way. It looks like a bridge girdle or something, which, again, I don't have anything like this. I thought it was really cool. It was $12, so a bit dusty. I'll have to clean it up a little bit because obviously it's been around, but I think it was a really cool find for $12. Yeah, I'll pay a little bit of a premium for something cool and extra and different that I don't have. So this was a nice find and a nice haul for sure. Going with the older theme, I found this, which was from Toys R Us at some point for $19. But I think, what did I pay for this? $35 is what I paid, and there it is, brand new. I don't even think it's been out of the box, but look how beautiful it is. It looks really nice. There's the full box. Made for a 35.8% grade, apparently. Lifelike, which is one of the older kind of sets or models that I think work really well. I don't know if I realized this was a Lifelike when I bought it. I don't know if I've ever seen a Lifelike original box like this. That's pretty cool. And at some point it was at Toys R Us for $19. That's pretty cool too. Like I said, this came from a guy who was wheeling and dealing, and those are the tables I like, when it's just some dude selling his personal stuff, not, a dealer or a hobby shop trying to get price gouge you. I saw a lot of people trying to sell that Kato big boy for like $400 or $500. I'm like, you people are out of your mind, because you can easily find it online for like $270, $300. I got mine for it was just under $270. I'm trying to see what price it was before he marked everything down. This guy priced everything reasonably, and then he said everything's 50% off. So of course his table was quite popular. Everyone was huddling around, and I was able to sneak in and buy this and something else from him. So I'll show you that in a second. But for now, let me see if I can open this up a little bit better. Okay, so this is the kind of case I'm used to seeing from Lifelike, where it's just a plastic box like this. It looks fantastic. It looks brand new, but is it brand new? Like I said, I didn't even open this up yet. There is an impressive amount of weight to this. This thing weighs a ton, even more so than the other big Lifelikes that I have that are longer than this. They're all that same style, so I'm glad to get something different. On the bottom it says Lifelike, made in China. Gears look a bit used, but not too bad. We'll have to see how well this works. For $35, this is like a bargain, I thought. Because again, I don't have anything that looks like this. Well, actually I do. So I do have this one. which is, I guess, kind of the same thing. The green guy is a little bit longer. Weighs like twice as much. The green one does. But this is a Bachmann, so you know it's not going to work too well. In fact, I got this at the Memphis N-Scale convention for like $10. I was just looking for something cheap to review and do and play with. So I'm not expecting this to be anything special. In fact, I think I tried it and it's just horrible. But this I'm expecting big things from because I've really liked my lifelikes. But like I said, all the other lifelikes that I have are this style, where I don't even know what engine this is called, but it's the big long guy, whereas this is the, much shorter one. But I don't have a green anything, so this looks just fantastic paint scheme wise for the Burlington Northern road set up there, and it just looks impressive. I don't know if the video does it justice, but the look, they nailed the look. It is so stylish and looks fantastic, so really happy about that. And like I said, $35, how can you go wrong? That's why I like these lifelikes. Not only do they work fantastically, I've never really had an issue with any of the lifelikes I've had, but they pull like amazingly. Even though they weigh a ton, I think that helps a lot with the road traction and being able to get some power to the track, because they work and they're cheap and it's amazing. So that's cool. All right, what else do I got in here? Sticking with the old school theme. Here's another something I don't have anything. This one was $15. Ooh, it kind of fell apart on me, or the wheels did. This is an old school Minitrix. At least that's what the box says. I assume it is because it says jumbo tank. But here it is. All falling apart. I got the other truck right here in my hand. It came off when I opened it. But I can fix it real quick. Let me do that. So these trucks can be finicky, but it's simple enough as it is. There's a little pin here that goes right in that hole, and then that hole goes into this hole. When they stay together pretty good, but when they tend to come off, sometimes it's a pain to get it all back together. Oh yeah, look at that. This is super cool. I don't have a big old school tanker like this that I know of. I've tried. I do have some bigger, like, new German tankers, and I did try a Kato one like this, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the Kato one. It just looked too weird. This one looks super cool. And it's got the Rapido, but I like to say Rapido connectors, which I prefer for whatever strange reason on my freight cars. I don't know why. I just like them better than those knuckle couplers, which I've never really had too good of luck with. But this looks awesome. Like, these two together, I found at the same place. Look at that. That's super cool. Just pull that around back to back. It's the same like paint scheme, so really awesome. Yeah, on the bottom it says Trix Austria, so you know it's old. Of course, it's got the old school Minitrix 80s style case here. Distributed in the USA by American Tortoise. That's interesting. Never heard of them before. Farmingdale, New York. Made in Austria. Cool. But wait, there's more. This little guy was $5. For whatever reason, it spoke to me. It was an all white, again, another old school style box car. PFE, not really sure what that means. It says 57-foot white car, black and orange letters, Concor. Did not notice that when I picked it up. But for $5, it looks brand new. And in pure white, so I thought that was cool. A cool little pickup for $5. You can't go wrong there. Good little detailing. Good size box car towards the bigger end of things. A lot of the ones I have are like that big. So good to have something, again, new, unique, and different. Super cool. All right. Actually, I take it back. So this guy, the lifelike one, I found it at its own separate table. These next two engines are what I found at the bargain guy's place, who was wheeling and dealing. So this first one is super awesome. What is this? This is a Atlas. Interesting. I don't have too many of these, especially engines. It looks mid 2000s, if I had to guess. I didn't look at this too closely. Made in Japan. Oh wait, class of 95. So I assume this is from the 90s. If that means anything. But looking at it, it looks amazing. Great detail. Oh, there's some good weight to it too. Love the paint scheme. That dark gray and red go together so well. I have another engine that's similar to this, but it's like blue on blue. I don't think it's an Atlas. I think it's something else. But this one spoke to me, and it was only $40. It was $80, but then he marked it off. Where's the... He marked it down to 40 because this was the guy who was selling everything in half price of what he originally had. So I'm really happy with this. Canadian Pacific, good paint scheme, looks sharp, and yeah, I hope it works. Hope it works good. Is it even used? I don't think so. I think this is brand new. The gears don't even look like they've been used at all. So this could be a brand new engine, potentially from the 90s. 30-something years old. It's been sitting in that box until I bought it for $40. We'll test these out and run them around separately because I want to do like a full kind of separate thing because this video might get a little long with how many purchases I made. So yeah, we'll try that later. And then probably the best thing I got, certainly the most expensive, was, give you a hint, Kato. I say Kato, you say Kato, but I know I'm right because it's a Kato. Ta-da! It's one of them silver Rio Grandes. Again, from the guy who was wheeling and dealing. Originally listed retail price, well, I don't know if it was retail price, but it was $95. Sold it to me for $48. What a steal. Because this is like a $100 engine, especially if it's brand new. There's your road name. It's a Alco PEA1. Looks very new and recent. It's got that funky like square jaw front, which I don't think I have anything in. Been wanting a silver train for a while, or at least a silver engine. I don't think I have an all silver one. Got the Kato connectors, which is great. I do like those more so than the other one. Is it brand new? I believe so. The gears look like they haven't been touched at all. So what a steal at $48 flat, no tax or anything. I think both together, these two both together was $88. So, you know, I think that's a steal. Yeah, I'm happy with it. This has been, certainly in the last three N-Scale conventions I've been to, this is the most I've ever purchased by far. Usually I've been getting like one or two things, but I got 3 engines and 3 kind of freight cars there. So we'll have some fun running around these, see how they work later on. But for now, I thought I'd show you kind of what I got. So yeah, I'd log this one under, you know, the success bucket for sure. And a little bit more about the convention itself. Like I said, it to me, it was in a weird location, like Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Who's ever been there? I know I haven't. And I didn't understand like why it was in the middle of nowhere, because it kind of is. Like it's 2 hours from New York, 2 hours from Philadelphia, roughly. Like there's no major city by it. Whereas before, like Reno is, pretty big draw in and of itself. And then you had Memphis the year before, and then before that, I was in Pittsburgh. I don't know where it was in between because I didn't go. But it just feels like that was a weird location. But then going there, it was like at a casino that was built out of like the old Bethlehem steel mill, which was actually really cool. You can like walk up in the old steel mill and explore the old steel stacks. Really cool. I highly recommend it if you're ever moving through Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, to stop at the steel stacks and check it out because it's pretty impressive. In fact, there was they turned it into like a concert venue, and there was a free concert going on the night I arrived. I'm like, this is actually really cool. Of course, there's train tracks running around next to it, which I'm sure were put there for the old Bethlehem steel plant, left over from like the original, like, I don't even know, 20s, 30s, 100 years ago plus. Apparently the steel stacks themselves went out of business in the 90s, and they just kind of sat there for a while, and then recently someone had the bright idea to turn it into a casino and a concert venue. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. The convention itself, I enjoyed. It was a good time. It was totally worth seeing. I recommend these if you're interested or around. Last few years, I've been planning my vacations around them. So after I went to Bethlehem, I kind of kept going north to the Baseball Hall of Fame, and then over to Albany, and then through Connecticut and Boston and Maine, and then looped back around to Newport, Rhode Island, and saw some of the big mega mansions from the Gilded Age, which I always wanted to see, and then looped back to Philadelphia, which is where I started and ended the trip. So all in all, good times had by all. And I got many purchases to commemorate that trip.